Hey you guys, just a quick challenge for you today that'll literally take 30 seconds. All of you go over to your personal page, and then you can also do any other pages that you have. So like your Instagram wall, if it's called a wall, or your Twitter account, your like page, whatever social media platform that you're using, but definitely include your Facebook personal page as well. And do a quick audit. Do an inventory, scroll, like I said, it'll take 30 seconds, scroll through your wall and see, A, can you tell that you're a Beachbody coach? B, are you providing value? And C, is it a page that you would want to visit if you were not already part of the Beachbody network? Those things are really, really important. I'm getting a lot of questions, lately, and all of this applies to new coaches, to old coaches, to coaches that feel like they've stalled in their business. I am going to take my own advice and scroll back through my wall and see, can you tell I'm a Beachbody coach? Am I providing value? And is it a page that I would want to visit? I've been listening to a lot of YouTube tutorials lately, a lot of how to grow your Facebook, your network, how to engage, and then obviously I listened to the National Wake Up Call from last week that talked about overcoming your fears on social media, that sort of thing. And I've also been asked a lot of questions lately, as I started to say, about like what should I post, or I'm a new coach, I'm also starting a program, how do I sort of ease into the posting and that sort of thing. So go back to your wall and do an audit. And this is something that you should probably do every few weeks, once a month, build it into sort of your business very naturally as you're posting anyways. And the reason I say this is because if you're not seeing success in your business, if you're wondering like, where is all the reach out I'm hearing about, it's not happening to me, keep in mind that you also need to be inviting, and you also need to be following up, and you also need to be proof of the product, but you need to be consistent with your posting. If people see one post last week and then they're scrolling back through and they're like, oh, is she still coaching? Is she still, or maybe they don't even know you're a Beachbody coach because you're posting 1 week and then 2 weeks go by and you're not posting anything at all. I'm not talking just Beachbody, but if you're not posting anything at all, then you're not really showing up. And if you are posting, but you're only posting something Beachbody related once a week, then you're still not really showing up, because you need to show up and you need to be consistent. We have this fear inside our minds that like, I'm posting too much, which I'll get to in a minute as well, or I'm posting too much Beachbody or too much health and fitness, which I'll get to that as well. But we have this fear in our mind where we're going to post that every single person that's seen our other posts is also going to see this post, and then they're going to get sick of us and they're going to unfollow us and yada, yada, yada. There are two parts to that objection or that fear. The first part is absolutely not. Those people that have seen your previous posts, not every single one of them are going to see every post that you do. And if they do, that's okay. It's seeds planted in their minds. And guess what? So the second point, the unfollowing or unfriending, if somebody unfollows you or unfriends you, are they really your friend? Are they really somebody that you want in your life? I don't even pay attention. I couldn't even tell you when people are unfriending me or unfollowing me, or if that's happening. It may or may not be. I have no idea, because I'm always adding to my network, adding value, and being consistent. So the people that are getting value out of my posts and are getting entertainment from my girls and whatever the case may be, those are the people that I want in my life, because that's my goal, is to inspire and motivate and sort of entertain and provide value. So I don't worry about the people that are negative about my posting. And I don't ever get negative feedback. I was at work earlier, over the weekend, and one of my coworkers literally came up to me and she was like, I have been meaning to tell you, a current challenger in our challenge groups, I have been meaning to tell you, I am so motivated by your posts. She's like, not only that, but I see like people are liking and commenting and they're interacting with you. And she's like, and I see how many people that you are motivating. And she's like, and I've just been meaning to tell you. So you will get way more positive feedback than you will negative feedback. So that's the two things. Don't worry about unfriending, and not everybody that sees what you post is going to see each post you post. You'll get people that literally will be like, oh, what are you doing? I didn't know that you were doing that. ding, 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 even though you're posting 3 times a day minimum, they still didn't catch the other 2 posts. You have to be consistent. Now, that being said, the other things that I said I would come back to, you don't want every single post to be Beachbody. Shoot, there are coaches that, like, of course I'm not unfollowing them or unfriending them. Like, I love supporting all of our fellow coaches and that sort of thing. But there are coaches in my mind that I'm like, because every single post, when you look through their wall, again, do an audit. When you look through their wall, every single post is something Beachbody or health and fitness. If you didn't come out of the gate as a runner, a health and fitness guru, a Beachbody coach, that is okay. If you weren't like a yogi or like a health food addict or whatever before, not every single thing you post has to be that, because people might, from the outside looking in, view that as like, oh, now all of a sudden she's into this? Like, that's a little strange. So find a balance. Certainly provide value, but it doesn't always have to be Beachbody or health and fitness. Find a balance. A couple posts a week. Make sure you're doing 3, 4, and as you get comfortable and as people start to see you as the Beachbody coach in their world, they might know a lot of them, but you are their go-to because you are providing value, then they are not going to mind when you are starting to add those in a little bit more. But in the beginning, start off 3 or 4 times a week, a Beachbody post, all different times as you get to know your audience. But when you're providing value, it can be a recipe. It can be, I found a sale at Target, make sure you hit it up. Or, what do you think about my new shorts? I've got these on sale at Gap, go check it out. It can be something like, mamas, I went to Target yesterday and found a huge roll of huge roll of paper for $5, washable paints, and it was hours of entertainment. It doesn't all have to be Beachbody. Make it realistic, make it genuine, make it valuable so that people want to come back to your page, which is kind of another point that I had brought up earlier. If you're scrolling through your own page, is that a page that you would want to visit? I see some pages out there and some network marketers out there who I'm literally like, oh my goodness, every single time, and some of them are coaches, I'm like, every single time their page, when you scroll back, it's like, join my team, da-da-da, this, that, the other thing, a salesy thing. Even if, you think it's not salesy, just do an evaluation of your page and see, is it? I was reading something in personal development the other day. I can't remember if it was a video I watched or something that I read, but it basically said, think about your favorite magazine, whether it's People, Cosmopolitan, Glamour, Marie Claire, whatever your favorite magazine is. Think about what your favorite magazine is and the value and the content, and you enjoy reading it. So imagine that magazine is on your favorite stand and you're going down the street, and every day, for whatever reason, every single day, you decide, I'm going to pick up that magazine or that newspaper, whatever it is, if it's a daily newspaper, and you count on it to be there because you enjoy that content every day and it adds value to your life. So you go on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you pick up your magazine every single day. And then on Thursday you go and it's not there. And on Friday you go and it's not there again. And then on Saturday it is there, so you're excited. And on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's not there. What do you do at that point? You start to follow a different magazine. You start to follow a different newspaper because your magazine is not showing up consistently. That's what we are. You may not believe it, but people are going to follow you. And when they start to follow you and believe in you and count on you to be there, and then that week you decide not to show up, and the week after you don't show up, but the week after that you're like, okay, a couple posts. You need to be there every single day. That is how you get followers. That's how people start to count on you. That's how people get value added into their life. And ultimately, of course, at the end of the day, that's how you will start to get people to believe that they can do this too. And they might start for the first time in their life believing that they're capable of doing a workout program or coaching or changing their family's life financially, physically, emotionally. But you have to show up every day. So do this little challenge and see what kind of, atmosphere you're creating on your page, and then start to sprinkle in some of the things that I talked about. And from there, guarantee you might not have a following today, but in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months, you will have a following. All right, so do that, guys, and we'll talk soon.